everything on the dashboard goes black. As all systems have turned off from the impact. Of course, you didn't hit the planet so hard that you exploded, but it did jerk the ship into shutdown mode. And currently, all you see is basically the heat shields of
I can fix you.
Heat shields of a cockpit have come down, so you can't see anything. You can see a blinking red light for the reboot system.
Come on,
Wait,
baby.
how the fuck are we doing inside said ship?
Oh, probably bad shit.
Oh yeah, actually,
Anyone
that
who
being
wasn't
said,
strapped into one of the 3 chairs is probably in bad condition.
if you guys would probably be dead if you weren't. But if you guys were strapped in or holding on to something, you guys suffer around about 5 strain, and that is deducted through, your body to deduct how tough you are.
Wait, if we are not, or if we are strapped into something?
If you are strapped into something, if you weren't, then it's 4 damage and 5 strain.
I mean, I'm
assuming everybody was strapped down.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, you guys all mentioned, don't we? I was just saying, but you're currently all groaning in pain. Jack, I've got to tell you what happens to your ship as soon as you.
So we all take 5 strain damage, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Jack's literally just like, oh, come on, baby, I can fix you. I can fix you. Hands just going over, trying to reboot everything next to make sure she's okay.
Was the strain
Then,
used by Soak or not?
Yes. The strain
Almost
was
an
muted by
afterthought. Is Astrid okay as well? I say, as I'm getting
Astrid is
the
probably
reboot
just
button.
totally fine. I don't think 5 strain even got through her soak.
I have 7 soak.
Yeah, so she's just sitting there like, oh, bad landing.
Any landing you can walk away from.
It's just like, that is the second time he has done this in like 2 months. This narrow avoid certain exploding
Is-
death for all of us.
Is Jack okay?
Jack
He's panicking.
has no physical pain, but you can clearly see emotional pain as he's trying to start.
Hey Adam, you want to know the funny part?
Can I unbuckle him and hug him, going like, "It's okay, we're gonna get it fixed. I can always fix it up. I'm really good at that. It's okay, the ship's fine. It's gonna be fine. We can fix it."
Ash, any luck on trying to reboot systems or at least isolate what's fucked?
As you start pressing things up, suddenly the dashboard lights up once more. The system pinging off what's wrong with the systems. You can see whole plates have been sheared off in places. You can see that some systems have overheated. But thankfully, your ship is still otherwise space-worthy. If you can just use your repair stuff you have on ship, you could get properly space-worthy.
Okay, good.
And if you want to transmit that, it means it's taken 8 damage and 6 system strain.
See, it's
8 hull
fine.
trauma and 6 right? Okay,
Yep,
good.
that's right.
Right, we can.
See, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Just holding him and stroking his hair. It's like, shh, shh.
I turn
Well,
around. Is everybody else
Jack's
okay?
looking in his coat to get a spanner out.
That was uncomfortable, but yes, I believe I am fine.
Kai is like going, ow.
Oh yeah, but for everyone who's vaguely force sensitive, basically the reason Jason is fine is because he temporarily strengthened her body through the force.
Yep. Kai is groaning. All you hear in the background is Jay going, maintenance, I've lost a leg.
Fuck. We forgot about Jay.
It's okay, Jay. I'll fix you.
Thank you, Miss Astrid.
Jay bouncing around in the aft compartment like a fucking tennis
Okay.
ball.
you and Cora, not mechanics, right? Spread out and have a look at the site. Make sure everything's fine. Izza,
Sure.
Astrid, you are going to help me fix her.
Of
So-
course.
You are going outside of the ship then, yes?
Yeah, I'm basically Cora and her son can scout the landing site, have a look around, breathe in the atmosphere, maybe have a quiet emotional moment, whatever works for them really. And then the
Just
three
quiet emotions.
Yeah, look, I like to manipulate things like this even while I'm panicking. And then the rest of us mechanics can make the ship spaceworthy again.
For a moment. Right. So if you guys are heading out, just let me get this ready for you. Now, as you step out, Cora, you feel just a sense of belonging as you look out over what you remember of your world, at least a part of it. You're on the plains of Savannah. It may have been far away from where your tribe resided, but the crisp grass and the almost endless fields, you remember these. You remember traveling these one day. Before you is a massive crater, likely from what the Mandalorians attempted on your planet before. For they didn't bombard it with lasers or anything like that. They shattered the moon and sent down asteroids down on your planet. This is likely one of the impact sites, likely why there are crystal shards all over the plain. But you can see that life here, it survived after you left. Not the blasted wasteland you had feared it once was.
Do I recognize some of the animals around?
Well, right now there are no animals. Likely scared off from the giant metal ship crash landing in the middle of the field. But you can still sense that there is life here. That in of itself is likely a weight off your shoulders.
I wanna use my sense power to sense the air around me for living beings, for emotions, for pretty much stuff in general. Wow. Okay then.
Nice. As you look out, it's as if your sense power stretches out far beyond which you intended it, and you just feel it. Everything is here. You can feel the almost rhinoceros-like beings that had stalked these plains before. They're here. The same ones that you guys used to ride through the plains, and which the GM is trying to find the flipping picture for, but he can't for some reason. Good.
Great voice in my head.
It doesn't
You tried
exist.
harder.
Guy,
Good idea, voice in me head.
looking at the scenery, do you remember something?
Kai looks around and shakes his head, but he does look back and go, "No, but I feel safe here."
Ironic, isn't it? This is supposed to be a death world, and yet it's so peaceful now.
Wonder what happened.
We'll find out. In any case, I am actually gonna look around for one of those rhinoceros beings, since we did, sense something.
He nods.
I forgot why we were sent out here, but now my mission is to find one of them and try to ride it.
Ah, yes. Yeah, and I actually do have a picture. One moment. Do you wish to know what exactly they look like?
Yes.
You do remember that you do not have much experience with, the flora and fauna in the savannah. Oh, one moment. Sorry about that. Here we go. This is the creature which I put on the GM layer. I'm so sorry. There we go.
You are forgiven.
Thank you.
That's a cool little thing.
Never.
These are the creatures that used to roam savannah. In fact, this is the type of one that people used to ride and use as mounts at times. Not your tribe, but they were a fearsome thing on straight, flat lands. For your planet, it wasn't exactly the plants that were dangerous, it was the creatures themselves. Still considered a death world, but maybe not kind of on the scale of Xeris. While the plants could kill you as well, their animals seem tame in comparison to yours. Sure, you have some poisonous plants, but otherwise you don't have anything trying to strangle you.
I'm gonna try to approach one of these things and see if it's hostile or not. Some of them were used as mounts, so maybe there's a chance it's not hostile.
You can see that there's a unit of 3 of these currently in the vicinity.
I'm assuming that at least I know what type of food they prefer. I mean, there's plenty of grass around, but maybe there's some plant or something that they specifically prefer more. I'm just gonna grab some of them and try to approach them with a little treat for them.
Yes, they in fact prefer the roots of some of the more larger shards of grass.
I'm gonna get some of those and try to get their attention.
You can roll that with a blue, if you wish, for the added of food. Kate is following behind you as you're going.
So survival with the blue dice, or?
Yes. No, not survival. You leadership.
Oh, I don't need a blue dice for leadership. If I'm rolling leadership, that's my specialty.
Essentially, you're trying to basically be commanding, an alpha, in other words, of these creatures. As you go up towards it, it huffs and gestures towards you with its horn in a threatening manner, but as you come up towards it and it sees you have food, it's the small little shards of gill-like objects. You can see them on the side of their face. These fin-like things, lower down, less threatening posture as it comes over towards you, sniffs at the food in your hand, and then starts to basically gently take it from your hand.
As it's feeding with my free hand, I'm gonna very slowly and gently reach out and scratch it behind the ear and around the horns.
It shivers its entire body as its pet, but it doesn't seem hostile towards you at all. And the other family members have calmed down since one of its family have, of course, not seen you as a threat. Because as you can see, even a herbivore is kitted out to do battle on this world.
Well, it's that type of planet.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like they have some kind of equipment on them? Maybe they belong to somebody, or are they completely wild?
No, these ones seem completely wild. It seems like you've landed in the part of savannah which no tribe has set up yet.
Are there any recognizable landmarks that maybe I can tell where we are, or?
I would say not in this area for you, no. You know for a fact that the area which you were meant to be landing in did have some recognizable landmarks, but since you ended up landing here, not through anybody's fault, of course, that essentially you're going to have to probably take off and go towards your area in order to find something. But for now, this place is remarkably peaceful. Mm-hmm. You're going to take basically a look around, and by the time you get back to the ship, will anybody who's working on the ship please roll me mechanics with how many's helping?
Did.
You already have? Where?
If you look, there's the mechanics checks that we made while you were leaving.
Jack is clearly shaking a bit. It's like, my baby, he's still worrying over his...
And it's okay, Astrid's just like, oh, it's okay, you're helping while she's doing most of the actual work.
And Tizzer is, of course, touching up what you've left behind with, you know, her...
Tizzer is buffing out the scratches.
Exactly. By the time you get back, which has been, I would say, an hour or two, Cora, you of course greet your crewmates, but as the others turn around, they see a small little pod of 3 of those large herbivore creatures following after you, which you
I
have
pull
not
out my
noticed.
gun.
I pull out my robe and wizard hat.
Can
I
you
immediately point my blaster to behind them.
can you not, please, Astrid? They're herbivores. It's fine. They're not gonna attack us.
Astrid narrows her eyes, but you can't see that because she's still wearing her helmet. She slowly lowers her gun. She
What
slowly turns around and continues working on mechanic stuff, while
One of
keeping
them-
Jack a bit closer to her.
One of them does nudge you, Cora, though. It seems to be after more food. Apparently they followed you.
Yeah. Gonna see if there's anything else around I can give it, and I'm gonna feed him and scratch him behind the ear again.
So, soon enough, the ship is now flight ready once again. You can hear an almost satisfied ding 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 from the ship's computer as all damage is reported as majorly repaired and it's ready to fly as the heat shielding comes up off the cockpit.
I also
how's
put
she-
the guy's
how's
leg
she
back
looking?
on. Everything seems to be going just fine. See, nothing to worry about.
How about you, voice in my head? How's the ship looking? Ah, playing the old silent game, you fox.
So,
I ruffle up your hair a bit.
Otherwise,
Should
your
we be good to drop.
yep, your ship is ready to fly.
Okay. Do we do any like repairs on the actual stats of it, or is it just more
You
superficial
have,
stuff to get it to be able
you
to
have
fly?
repaired, I would say you repaired half the damage.
Okay, I'll tick that off on the chart. That's
With the basic
4
stuff you have. So
and
yes.
3. So we now have 4 hull and 3. Okay.
Hmm.
And our plan is to sort of fly as close as we can get to where we think this.
Yes, where
And-
Cora basically points out.
Okay, I'll fly close to the ground then because it's harder to detect.
That's good, that's good. You can definitely see a few things, but otherwise, you're going to be taking off then?
I'm gonna
The
give
creeps.
the little guys some more food and one last scratch behind the ears as we leave them behind.
Fair enough. And soon, as you enter the ship, the creatures start to move away from the very noisy thing, of course. But watch as you take off and start going across the savannah. As you do, you can see the fighters overhead, flying and patrolling. Jack, would you roll me piloting at normal? Just 2 diff.
Yay! No thousands of reds. Touching. I've rolled that every single piloting check so far.
Yeah, it's weird. You're flying quite well. You can see that the fighters are missing as you just skim across the surface. But the thing is that at some points there's these slightly raised crystals that you don't exactly notice, and all you hear is keek,
Every time.
scratching your paint as you go.
Why must you do this to me, Ash?
And all you can see is probably Jack's face going,
Why can I never just be satisfied with piloting? It's always the pain.
I know.
Now,
it
now I
always-
know how Amanda felt for the first 5 or 6 sessions.
Piloting. Adam, you know your path. You must buy 1 more rank of piloting so you have Forge Yellow.
I refuse. That's 20 EXP.
Soon enough, you are nearing the place where Cora and Kai are pointing out. You start making your way around and soon find yourself a nice clearing where you can land. And as you start getting closer, however, you can see the shadow of some parts of the forest are cast in shadow from the overhead gas giant. And as you do, you can tell just why the place looked like a city to you before. The forest is aglow with bioluminescence. The very trees are glowing their leaves, making it look like a landscape of lights.
Is that some kind of weird creature with the head of a tiger?
No, it's like a... Think of it as like an armadillo kind of creature with a big jowly face.
I point my gun at it.
Hang on. So, as you start to land, you of course see those creatures like running away from you a little bit. Cora, you already know, it's like, oh, they used to be like our cows. Like, even Death Worlds have creatures which are just so numerous that they don't really need defense.
Astrid, those things are basically my world's version of cows. You don't have to point your gun at everything. Don't worry, I'll tell you if you need to point your gun at something.
The window of the pilot's window.
Just
I
open
begin
up.
shooting through the pilot's window.
What?
There is no more pilot's window.
She's just trolling. So, you eventually land and you all... Do you exit your ship? Do you lock your ship? Do you worry about scratch or paint?
I don't want anybody to leave the ship where I do a scan of the area to make sure there are no hostile life forms.
Also, Ash, do you really have to ask me if I lock my ship? Come on, pal.
Fair enough. So, do you want to
Head
scan
up.
hostile life forms? Because I warn you, your ship is probably going to detect everything as a hostile life form.
Yes,
Also, Adam,
everything
how many
is a
booby traps do
hostile
you have?
life form. This is a death world. Their cows probably are poisonous.
Oh, they are still... They still are dangerous, yes. Just they're less dangerous.
Unfortunately, Sibby, I have a crew, so I can't really do what I would normally.
Set traps.
Bend the levels of booby trap.
It turns out the turbo lasers mounted at the landing ramp.
Wouldn't be fucking surprised, son.
It's like unauthorized personnel. Wham!
So, as you scan the area around you, as expected, it's just detecting everything as a sort of danger sort of creature.
I nod. Guys, it's hideously dangerous out there. I don't want anyone going outside.
Cora looks at her blankly and points to somewhere on the fucking scanner that probably says "Warning, Death World" and just continues to blankly look at her.
Yeah, that's why we shouldn't be going outside. It's a death world! She points at the death world Bible.
Tell you what, Astrid, we went on your Mandalorian ship with all the Mandalorians and stuff, and it felt pretty hostile there at first too. Tell you what, why don't we just, take a stroll outside? Maybe the world will grow on you.
That's because you hate us for some reason.
Astrid,
Hmm?
how is this any different from Nar Shaddaa? Oh wait, I know how it's different. These things don't have blasters.
Unluckily for them, as Jack twirls his new blaster and pops his coat on.
Yes, they do not have blasters, and then she turns around and mumbles under her breath. Just poison, toxins, they have projectile spikes, long claws that rip through ship metal.
But not a more civilized weapon from a more elevated stage.
Astrid's
Sorry,
mother's
to the
senses are tingling. Alright, fine. Everybody just stay close to me, okay?
Yeah, and safe to say, Ash, I locked the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I also now have autopilot installed. Really get into a pickle, I can have it fly and pick us up.
You never know when one of those
Well, the
creatures
door
is gonna
shuts.
jump on the ship and pilot it away. The cows were great pilots all along.
Next time we dock in Nar Shaddaa, I'm installing a fucking bio reader into the pilot seat.
Oh, so only you can pilot it.
So only I can pilot it.
Or I was gonna stall a
You know,
taser.
you're creating a great adventure for your child. You know, your ship is out in the middle of a dock somewhere. You were tired of smuggling. You like got killed by some rival company. He goes up to your ship. Only he
Why did
can
I get
unlock it
killed?
because.
Yeah, only he can
Like-
unlock it. 'cause
Like,
chosen,
no, it's not even that. It's like, this ship is yours if you can take it.
chosen, obviously, to bear half of my genes.
Exactly.
Astrid isn't even allowed to unlock it.
Let's be honest though, by the time that kid grows up, he's
Except
gonna
for
be
the
like,
ones that
what's up
were
with this
right on
fucking
page.
shitty ship? He's gonna get a better one.
Fuck.
And then his mom slaps him on the mouth and puts him in timeout.
Fight me.
That's the thing. Even if Jack's still alive, it's like, wow, this is a shitty ship. Just slaps him. Don't you talk
Sorry,
like that.
the phrase "Wow, this is a shitty ship" is instantly followed by unfurling the main cannon and devastating a cruiser. Who's a shitty ship now, bitch?
Oh, that's how date. Right, so you head out into the luminescent forest. You can see the creatures that you saw before slowly making their way to investigate this sort of noise.
Any particularly dangerous ones that are approaching, or just the cows?
Well, you can see two creatures in this screenshot. Mainly the two which are more open. The two cow-like creatures, there's a few around, have approached and looking at what just arrived. There's also a creature on the tree, if you see. It's like a thin
Mantis?
compy like creature.
Feels
This
like a
thing.
mantis.
It is sort of, but it's more lizard-like.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That looks like a mix of a mantis and a velociraptor.
Essentially, it's like a compy. You know what a compy is?
Yeah.
Of a dinosaur? Like tiny little dinosaur scavengers, like those. Except this one has a big fin down its back. And has mantis-like claws in front.
Luckily, it's only one. Usually those things are pretty dangerous when they roam in packs, so we should be fine.
Oh yeah, there's a few dotted, but they don't seem to be part of the same sort of group.
Anyway, let's avoid any unnecessary problems. The cows are probably not gonna be aggressive unless we do anything. Those things seem to just be, well, watching over their territory. They don't seem to be out in a group hunting, so we should be fine for now. Let's get going.
Safe to say, I'm gonna let them take the lead on.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Cora is gonna be leading the way since she is the only one that has an idea where we are.
I'm
Basically.
keeping everybody near me. And if anybody goes too far, I grab the back of their shirt and yank them back. Usually Cora.
Apparently that means no piss breaks.
No piss breaks.
Kai is just looking around going, this is amazing.
I yank him back too.
What was that, teaser?
I said, I am teaser.
Yes, you are teaser. You're not going to ask me what you normally ask me?
Sure. Do I sense anything?
Are you sure that's what you wanted to say there?
Well, what are you referring to? What do I normally ask you?
What does this place look like in the Force?
Oh.
What do my elven
I'll
eyes
go with that.
see?
What does this place look like in the Force?
Ah, yes. That question. I like that question. This place is just full. Just like Zeros, it's just full of energy and intense speed. Compared to other worlds, it's like rapids. Of course, you do feel some odd places. Of course, your sight is medium range now, right?
No, it isn't by default, but I could make it medium range via Farsight.
Okay.
Unless you want a rule that Farsight now gives me medium range.
I would say that you can use it passively now and again, like these cases, you know.
Alright.
Like, for instance, as you're looking around, you can sense some places that are just dead to the Force. These places normally are locations of war, of devastation in other places, which probably coincides with, Cora, did you mention anything about how the Mandalorians attacked your planet?
Probably have mentioned at times, yeah.
Yeah, so probably the locations of where meteorites struck. Like, they're not as bad as recent events, but they're definitely, like, here and there.
There's little honor in this kind of warfare.
To be fair, there's not much honor in warfare in general.
True, but dropping masses of rock?
Well, they easily justify it by saying that it spares their numbers, which I find ironic considering they were Mandalorians, but still. You know what's the part that really irks me? It's not like the Republic had a presence here. The war just kind of found our world. There wasn't anything specific here back then. At least I don't think they knew there was anything important here. This was just a random battlefield that became a battlefield by chance. It's not like it had any significant meaning.
As far as I understand it, the Mandalorians fought everything, not necessarily just the Republic. It just so happened to be that the Republic was the only other major thing.
Yeah, this is Kai speaking up. It's like, yeah, they attacked outlying worlds. Mainly because it would draw the Republic out.
Maybe if they wanted their territory, they should have fought harder, Astrid says in passing.
The strange thing is, however, this wasn't even on the borders of Republic space. It isn't even now. They attacked this planet for some reason. We just don't know why.
I don't know. Mandalorians don't seem to need much reason to do anything, really.
I'll have you know that we have lots of reasons for what we do.
Cora just shrugs.
Staying out of this one.
This is a woman fight right here.
Happy wife, happy life.
Honestly, you shouldn't just try and paint us all like we're a bunch of mindless barbarians. We have reasons for doing what we do. Sure, I don't know what the particular reason for this one was, but I'm sure there was a very well justified one.
Well, let's agree to disagree.
I agree.
What are we looking for, anyway?
Well, apparently it was somewhere around here, but I don't know.
It's been 300 years or so. It's, well, a little hard to remember exactly.
We're trying to find the place where Cora was taken.
Yes.
It seems like the best point. Would everybody please roll me perception?
I'm everybody. Almost.
Is the perception for if something's sneaking up on us?
Yes. Would you please roll... Basically, hang on. I didn't say yes. I was saying yes to Astrid, sorry, not you.
I just heard
The
normal
diff
diff,
is 4 purple, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second.
Do I get some kind of bonus for being a local?
Yes. You get a blue.
Can I roll sense instead?
I still pass.
You may roll sense.
Oh, that's stupid. The threat monitor only gives me +1 to initiative checks. It doesn't help me for...
Oh shit, if I can roll sense, then I wanna roll sense too.
Okay, go ahead. But the thing
reason
is,
the
your
threat
threat monitor... If you want a reason why your threat monitor doesn't work like that, it's because when you look down, it's just all red marks.
Oh.
You're like, I'll use this.
Yeah, Sibby and me both make it then.
Threatante.
Okay. As you guys sense the Jedi and Jack, though Jack is a little slow on the uptake since, well, he's making sure other things are not trying to sneak up on you. As you turn around, you see several people dressed in what appear to be cloaks and metal armor standing before you. Well,
Guns
standing.
out, guns out.
They are in fact pointing their weapons towards you that look very much like spears. However, since Jack did pass his perception, he notices that they are blaster cannons, essentially. Think of them as like sniper rifles in spear form. And
Guns out, guns out.
These
I'm pointing my
people-
blaster at them.
there are at least 10 of them, with one hiding within the brush, which the 2 Jedi sense, but sadly you don't see him, Jack. And all of them have white hair.